Good morning, America. Good to see you here with us this morning. I'm Vanessa Broussard. We have lots of news to cover this hour, and we begin with a shocking story from the Department of Homeland Security. A former teacher is accused of helping one of the nation's deadliest gang connected shootings. Federal officials say that Illinois educator, 32-year-old Giovanna Mercedes Marino Achapinti, helped Tren de Aragua gang members in a mass shooting. You heard that right. She's a former teacher. They say she was the getaway driver in a Tren de Aragua shooting that killed 3 people and wounded 5 others in Chicago. ICE agents have now taken her into custody. Authorities also say she was living in the U.S. illegally after overstaying her visa. She's from Venezuela. The gunmen, according to authorities, Ricardo Padilla and Edward Cermino, these are pictures of them displaying weapons inside U.S. homes. After the crime, Chicago police discovered multiple weapons inside Ochapinti's car. Authorities believe she helped the 2 gunmen evade law enforcement. And the story gets even better. DHS says after their arrest, Chicago politicians released the former teacher without notifying ICE. The feds were then notified of their arrest and their release, and then they went in and arrested them again. They are behind bars pending removal from the country. But it was the Trump DHS who made sure of it, not the sanctuary city. They made sure these criminals were released back into the streets. That's the liberal way. Very disturbing. But again, that's our top story today. A teacher accused in a Tren de Aragua triple murder case. We'll keep you posted as more information comes in. And more illegals are going home. ICE and Homeland Security is rounding them up and sending them out of here. We bring you a case in Tennessee where federal, state, and local law enforcement arrested 117 illegal aliens during a targeted enforcement operation. The operation lasted for 8 days. Here's the video. Among those arrested, criminal illegal aliens with convictions involving domestic assault, DUI, child exploitation, and aggravated assault. ICE is going after the most dangerous criminals first, keeping America safe. And meanwhile, Alligator Alcatraz in Florida is apparently closing. The immigration detention facility is in the process of being cleared of detainees. A formal announcement of the closure hasn't been too clear, though.
The questions about Alligator Alcatraz, which is reported to be closing, I'm not the proper official to confirm that. I do know that the people that were being brought in for detention, that number was going down. That was always to be expected. I think Alligator Alcatraz actually stayed open longer than it was intentionally planned. When it was first conceptualized, the federal government had not yet devoted money and resources towards immigration enforcement. There, the state of Florida, seeing the very dangers of an open border, stepped up quickly, working with the sheriffs who were having detention capacity issues, set up a site that was appropriate, with a long runway to engage in proper deportation flights. Now that the federal government is resourced and standing up its own mission, using its own authorities, it is no longer necessary, and the plan has always been to protect the Everglades and take it back to a protected area where it's not, a commercial business and airport. So I anticipate you'll probably be able to get that confirmation from somewhere else. I will say it was never expected to be a long-term thing.
As you just heard, DHS cites hurricane season for concerns in the Everglades as the reason detainees were moved to other locations. Governor Ron DeSantis says the facility has served its purpose. Meanwhile, the Israeli military has uncovered a major HEZBOLLAH underground complex in southern Lebanon. According to the IDF, the network was built over 10 years ago with Iranian funding and was designed to house hundreds of fighters while serving as a command and weapons hub. This morning, we have an inside look at the complex. Watch.
Some of you still don't seem to understand the severity of Hezbollah's threat. So I came all the way to Hezbollah terror tunnel to show you the reality on the ground. The tunnel is about 7 kilometers into Lebanon from Israel's border in the town of Majdajun. Hezbollah invests their money and their time into building terror tunnels and firing rockets and drones at Israeli civilians. Time and time again, we show the truth. Hezbollah tunnels, Hezbollah exploiting civilians, Hezbollah's terror in general. Yet time and time again, the world chooses to ignore. Israeli civilians don't have that privilege. Hezbollah's terror is on our border, and so is their threat. If we don't operate against them, our existence is on the line. We don't want war. Hezbollah left us no choice. We will always protect and defend our civilians. It's our job and our duty.
That's coming from the IDF. There were living quarters, kitchens, showers, restrooms, and medical facilities for long-term use. Grenades, ammunition, several underground shafts, and rooms connected to tunnels. The site overlooks northern Israel. Israeli officials say the underground complex was a central Hezbollah operation base and could have been used to launch attacks on Israeli troops and civilians. Now to crypto fraudsters. Also new this morning, there are people or groups who are using cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or other digital assets to scam, steal, or deceive investors. Fake investment schemes, pump and dump scams, romance scams, fake exchanges or wallets, phishing attacks, impersonation scams. Well, that's a lot, and the FBI is tracking these fraudsters and bringing them to justice.
Every year, millions of Americans from all walks of life are targeted by cybercriminals.
The FBI is raising awareness about crypto fraud through Operation Level Up.
Americans were swindled out of billions of dollars via cyber theft last year. More than half of that money was in cryptocurrency.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I need fun.
The FBI putting out a warning about what's called pig butchering. Has nothing to do with bacon or ham.
It has to do with people using apps and social media to gain your trust and clean out your bank
Your
accounts.
love give me such a thrill, but your love don't pay my bills. I need fun.
You need a whole of government effort, but you also need the American public.
Victim is contacted, usually through an unsolicited text message, email, maybe on social media site, what have you, dating app.
And that's only the first step. While scammers work to create a bond over a period of time, they'll then start pressuring the victim to invest in cryptocurrency. The next and final step is butchering, where the scammer eventually persuades the victim to put a large amount of money into the fake investment, usually wiping them clean of their assets.
They prey on our senior citizens here from overseas, and this administration has made it abundantly clear there is no distance we won't travel to make sure we apprehend each and every one of these individuals. We have opportunities now because of President Trump's direct engagements with leaders around the world that we simply did not have at the FBI. You have to make it a priority to go after fraudsters, and that's what President Trump did. Then you have to have a vision, which is what Vice President J.D. Vance had. Just the other week in the Middle East, in Dubai, we arrested 300 individuals responsible for $4 billion in fraud. We arrested 300 people and freed thousands of traffic workers. Why that's important is because these are the hubs, the operations that attack our seniors from thousands of miles away. The FBI is leading the effort to scuttle these scam centers permanently, to free the traffic workers, and most importantly, to also secure our taxpayer dollars and make sure that this $8 billion and counting in scam center fraud that the FBI has delivered on so far only continues to grow. And look at the amounts, the tens of millions and billions of dollars in fraud that they have decimated our societies from. We follow the money. We follow all the money.
Give me money.
Following the money, as you just heard, they're scamming seniors the most. Federal authorities are warning against these fraudsters. Americans have lost billions of dollars to crypto-related fraud in recent years. Here's what you can do to protect yourself. Be skeptical of guaranteed profits. Verify before you invest. Never share your recovery phase. Use reputable exchanges and enable two-factor authentication. Also be aware of urgency. Fraudsters often pressure victims to invest now, but legitimate investments don't require immediate action. Also new this hour, House Judiciary GOP Chairman Jim Jordan, Brian Steele, and James Comer, they are threatening Act Blue with contempt of Congress. They claim Act Blue has refused to produce all 400 documents required by the committee's subpoenas. Act Blue, a Democratic fundraising platform, is accused of scheming, taking illegal donations from foreign sources. Act Blue says it is protected by attorney-client privilege. The committee has given Act Blue until Friday to produce the requested materials or potentially face contempt proceedings. Act Blue, of course, denies any wrongdoing and argues the investigation is politically motivated. The CEO, as you remembered, appeared before Congress and pled the fifth to all questions recently. Again, Friday is the deadline. We'll keep you posted on if they turn over all of those documents. Also in the hot seat, once again, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Senator Rand Paul has issued a subpoena for him, requesting Fauci testify before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee. Rand Paul says Fauci has notified the committee that he will not voluntarily testify before the committee, though he says Fauci had previously agreed to do so. Now a subpoena has been issued for him to testify before the committee in public next month. And this just in, Letitia James is backing James Clayton to be Director of National Intelligence. This after Tulsi Gabbard stepped down to care for her sick husband. Kara Castronova is at the White House with the news this morning.
New York Attorney General Letitia James is in self-preservation mode. One of President Trump's fiercest enemies, a confused James, went on MS Now and praised what appeared to be Trump's nominee for Director of National Intelligence, Jake Clayton, saying she hopes that the Senate confirms him.
Though he doesn't have all of the credentials, he is someone who has been professional and someone who knows the law.
Letitia James' praise for President Trump's pick has many in MAGA concerned, and it's obvious James wants anyone but Bill Pulte in the job, to the point where she couldn't even get basic facts straight. She referred to Clayton as the, quote, Attorney General of the Eastern District of New York.
The candidate who was once the Attorney General for the Eastern District here in the state of New York.
A position that doesn't even exist. And Bill Pulte, the acting head of DNI until Clayton is confirmed, is the man who has hit James with criminal referrals over alleged mortgage and insurance fraud. No wonder she's desperate. While Democrats like Letitia James appear comfortable with Clayton, populist MAGA world is showing something rare in the past year, broad unity. After close to a year of MAGA infighting over Middle East foreign policy, the coalition is unified in wanting Bill Pulte to stay at DNI. Steve Bannon and Roger Stone have publicly feuded for years. Laura Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene have traded plenty of public barbs. Alex Jones generally has his own unique theories. Yet right now, they're all in uniform agreement. Keep Bill Pulte as the acting director of national intelligence. Roger Stone said, quote, Bill Pulte will be a great director of national intelligence, smart, tough, and deeply loyal to President Donald J. Trump. Bannon called the Pulte move a middle finger to the Senate, an FU to the deep state. He suggested giving Pulte time, saying, give Pulte a couple of weeks. Let him just rummage around and see what's going on. Marjorie Taylor Greene has called Pulte a fighter. Anna Paulina Luna posted, Bill Pulte will be a great ODNI. Go, Bill, go. Laura Loomer has labeled Clayton as a deep state plant, and Alex Jones has called Clayton part of a, quote, Epstein file cover-up. Loomer is one of Pulte's strongest supporters, rooting for him to carry out mass firings of entrenched officials and calling his aggressive, drain the swamp approach exactly what the MAGA base wants. Since taking office on June 19th, Pulte has wasted zero time. He showed up a day early, demanded a full list of ODNI employees, and declared he's there to drain the swamp, openly planning major firings and pushing declassifications. Many in MAGA hope he'll follow in the footsteps of former DNI Director Tulsi Gabbard in releasing information on the 2020 election, COVID crimes, and more. Many speculate that's why rhinos and Democrats want Pulte out, and why the intelligence community and the establishment Republicans are so eager to rush Jay Clayton through. Senators like Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Tom Cotton, John Thune, and others have been pushing hard for quick confirmation, viewing Clayton as a safe, experienced choice with Democrat support. Clayton, a former Sullivan and Cromwell partner and current U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, is Trump's official nominee. But President Trump is strategically holding the confirmation hostage. He is demanding that the Senate first confirm his pick for Southern District U.S. Attorney James McDonald, along with movement on the Save America Act. FISA Section 702 reauthorization is also stuck in the leverage play. For now, Bill Pulte remains acting DNI, and for MAGA, he has become a powerful unifier. If he does what he says and fires entrenched officials and releases long-hidden documents, the stronger that unity grows, which is exactly what Trump's base wants and needs heading into the crucial 2026 midterms. Reporting for LINDELLTV at the White House, I'm Cara Castronova.
As for Clayton, Democrats and Republicans alike have spoken favorably about his qualifications. Many say he is capable, a very good public servant. Meanwhile, at the White House, President Trump signed 2 executive orders focused on quantum technology and cybersecurity. The orders are designed to accelerate U.S. development of quantum computing and prepare government systems for future quantum-related security threats.
Quantum technologies represents the next generation of innovation across computing, sensing, and networking with enormous significance for our country's economic growth, scientific research, and cyber security. It's really a big deal that we're doing today, and the country is doing really well, as you know. In 2018, I signed the National Quantum Initiative Act into law, which led to doubling the federal government investment in quantum research and development. I think you all know about that. That helped unleash billions of dollars of private investment in America's quantum industrial base, promoting significant scientific and technological progress like we've never seen before, actually. We want to keep that positive momentum going in America with the orders that I'm signing today, and these will really have I think, place it a big step forward. We're already the leader by a lot, and we're going to be now the leader by a lot more. The first executive order launches a national effort to produce a quantum computer capable of performing important scientific calculations and to develop quantum-enabled sensors and networks in the next 5 years, and we're going to be investing in American quantum leadership like never before to stay ahead of the pack. We're way ahead right now. We'll keep it that way. The second order I'm signing directs federal agency to transition to what is called quantum cryptography. Does anybody know what that is? You're going to hear very soon, so you're going to find it interesting. Cryptography for their computer systems by 2031, and to lead the way for wider adoption of these extremely strong security standards. America is celebrating 250 years of ingenuity, innovation, and invention this year, and today's commitments to quantum leadership will help secure that legacy for decades to come.
And here's U.S. National Cyber Director Sean Cairncross, with more on the importance of these orders.
Yeah, thank you, sir. You continue to be the most forward-leaning president in innovation in American history.
Is that all?
That's sir. But no, and while you recognize the tremendous potential quantum has to advance medical research and cryptography and improve the lives of American people, you also recognize the security implications. As quantum rolls forward, it will challenge public key cryptography, which is what secures everything. It secures our financial transactions, our civilian critical infrastructure, and it secures the digital systems that Americans rely on for their daily life. And these 2 executive orders, which pair innovation and security, will address those issues. As we move forward, innovation and security have to be balanced. You recognize that. the actions that you take today will make sure that American systems are trusted and secure and safe moving forward. And I just want to thank our tremendous American companies with whom we've been working so closely. I think it's fair to say we have an unprecedented relationship in this. I want to thank our colleagues in the interagency who have been tremendous. It's such a mission-focused group of people. And obviously none of this happens, sir, without your leadership. So you're securing our systems for generations to come. Thank you.
And you've done a great job.
The media was there. One reporter asked about Iran and if the Iranians had leverage of the president. He didn't like the word leverage too well. Watch.
So if Iran does not abide by the MOU, are you still willing
What I
for
didn't
strikes?
say
And
it
does
would
give them
cause
leverage?
a depression. I said it could cause a depression, right? And they said that I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. That's a president I don't want to be because he, you know, he was in charge during the Great Depression. And certainly a lot of bad things could happen. That would be one of the things. I don't think it would, but if it did. But no, if Iran doesn't live up to their agreement or if they're not behaving, I will do what I have to do.
Does that give them leverage over you, Mr. President?
Say it?
Does that give them leverage, the Iranians leverage over you?
Oh, you're so leverage. You know, their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their leaders are all dead. Their whole country's a mess. Their economy is shot. The Times, the fake New York Times said, oh, it's about the same as it was 4 months ago. No, 4 months ago they had a Navy, 159 ships to be exact. It's gone. The whole Navy's gone. Their 250 airplanes, all gone. Their anti-aircraft is gone. Their radar is gone. These guys love radar. Their radar is gone. Everything's gone. Their leaders are gone. Their whole country is gone. And the Times said, oh, they're about the same as they were 4 months ago. The reason the news is doing so badly, or let's put it another way, the reason that I won in a landslide, even though I got 92% negative press, all fake press, is because nobody believes the press anymore. And they have to start believing. You know, when the Times and a couple of others, they're grasping for straws. When they say that Iran is about the same as it was 4 months. 4 months ago, they had a powerful Navy, they had a powerful Air Force. You know, most of their missiles are gone. Most of their launching pads are gone. Most of their manufacturing capacity for drones and missiles is gone. About 87% gone. And then I hear, oh, they're in such great shape. No, they're gone. And their first level of leaders, gone. Their second level of leaders, gone. Their third level of leaders, you have to hear the conversations. Who wants to be president? Well, I don't want it. Nobody wants to be president. And then we have to read that they're doing well. They're doing so badly. In the meantime, we're setting records. We have the strongest economy we've ever had. We have $18 to $19 trillion being poured into our country. We're building factories all over the place. We have more people working today than at any time in the history of our country at higher salaries. So when you ask a question like that, it's so stupid.
How long has it been since President Trump came down the golden escalators? 10 years now. And if you don't know by now, no one has leverage over the president. So what a silly question there. Now to our elections. The Democrats keep crying there is no evidence of election fraud. That's what they say. We have no evidence, but we do. We have a team looking into election fraud every single day, and we have plenty of evidence. LINDELLTV and former Michigan State Senator Patrick Colbeck, we're done with this claim. Patrick Colbeck gives us an update. Watch.
I wanted to talk about today was many of you guys that are watching this broadcast may have watched President Trump walk off the set out at Meet the Press during the interview with Kristen Welker when he was out in Wisconsin at an event. And the reason he walked off the set is because she kept saying that there is no evidence of election fraud around the 2020 election. President Trump kept saying there is evidence, and it kept going back and forth. And finally, the president got frustrated, walked off the set. Well, I'll tell you, I'm as frustrated with the as the president was with that narrative that they say that there is no evidence of election fraud. And so what I've done out at the Election Crime Bureau, and Steve, if you don't mind, I want to try to share my screen so we can kind of walk people through some of the information that's out there. Let's see. Yep, it's there. So hopefully you guys can see the electioncrimebureau.com website. In particular, there is one page in particular I want you to investigate, and that is the evidence tab. So I have put together a report that features over 824 unique findings, of which 553 of them are established fact. They're supported by 2,517 citations. And this is a collection, if you will, of the evidence that's been gathered by what I like to refer to as meddling kids from all over the country into one spot here that I'm sharing with the world. And if anybody who's following me on social media realizes I'm posting out a unique finding from these posts that are up at the Election Crime Bureau every single hour. And that will be going on until July 10th. I think it's scheduled to go off and do. And they're all unique findings. The information that's out there has all the citations associated with it. So the bottom line is nobody can honestly say that there is no evidence of election fraud. Here it is. And by the way, this is all open source intelligence. This is all stuff that I've been able to get access to as an everyday citizen, which means the 824 findings is the floor, not the ceiling. I know for a fact, due to my discussion with folks out in the federal government, that there are indeed a significant number of individuals with access to the same information. They've been provided with a full-up report associated with this data. And the bottom line is, guys, 2020 is a big deal. It's important, not because we're looking to go off and change the results of the 2020 election. I think that ship, unfortunately, has sailed. But we want to understand that the same theft mechanisms that were in place in 2020 are still in place in many places for the 2026 election. And if we don't recognize what was done in 2020, if we don't start holding people accountable for what was done in 2020, we're never going to have our secure elections. And so this is extremely important. When they attack the integrity of our election system, it's an attack on the United States itself. Our election systems have been designated as critical infrastructure. And so when they go after the election systems, it's the same thing as a tank rolling across the border. They are attacking the United States, and they need to be held accountable, and it needs to be treated as a national emergency. So
824 findings, 2,517 citations. The evidence is there. Again, like Patrick just mentioned, for more on these findings, you can go to electioncrimebureau.com. We have a lot more to come here this morning on My Mornings with Vanessa. We have Greg Gutfeld, Nick Shirley, Tina Peters, all heading to the Rocky Mountains this weekend for a huge patriotic festival. We'll tell you all about it when we come back.
When you read one news source, you get one side. When you read two sources, you get an argument. Read 40 sources and you get the truth. LindellReport.com, the only place you ever need to visit for your news. From LINDELLTV, over 40 trusted outlets in one place. No editorial gatekeepers, no hidden bias. Just the day's news. Balanced, unfiltered, ready when you are. Whether you lean left, right, or straight down the middle, this is where you start your day. One click, one feed, one truth. The decision is yours. LindellReport.com. The news you need, the balance you deserve.
And like everybody else out there, I have used my arm, folded my pillows, got migraines in the morning from sleeping on poor pillows, and pillows are the problem. There is no bigger problem than a pillow.
My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned. One's the size of a quarter, one's the size of a dime, and one's the size of down. Inside every pillow, they're interlocked together.
You see how that holds?
Oh my gosh.
That will
soft,
not
but
migrate.
supportive.
Wherever you set that, you get exactly what you need for your individual neck support.
I do all of my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota, and every part of my pillow is made in the USA. It's machine washable and dryable, and it comes with my 60-day money-back guarantee and a full 10-year warranty. Sleep is one of the most important things to your health, and my pillow is one of the most important things to your sleep.
So go to mypillow.com or call 800-676-2147. Use promo code LTV to take advantage of this exclusive Lindell TV offer. Order now.
Welcome back to My Mornings. The Rocky Mountains will be rocking this weekend. The Rocky Mountain Voice Freedom Festival is bringing in top names and talent, and it's sure to be the state's biggest patriotic summer celebration. Heidi Ganal is with us this morning to talk more about it. Heidi, I am so excited about this event. What a lineup. Tell us about the festival.
Well, thanks, Vanessa, and good morning, everyone. We are having America's birthday party here in Colorado coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday, June 26th and 27th in Douglas County, one of the only red counties left in Colorado. It's going to be a great celebration with Greg Gutfeld and Nick Shirley, Secretary of Energy Chris Wright, and Dog the Bounty Hunter. We're going to have a huge rodeo, a drone show. It's going to be a great time.
Now, I have to ask, is this the first event? Is this specifically for America 250?
It is. We did have a gala last year with Eric Trump as our guest, but it was more of a dinner. This is a 2-day celebration. We went all out, and we are expecting over 1,000 people to celebrate from all over the state, and over 20 speakers. We've got Laura Logan, we've got Mike Davis, we've got Mark Cook, we've got Seth Keshel. Oh my goodness, the list goes on and on. We've got Larry Gatlin playing music on Saturday night and telling good old stories. We've got the Curtis Grimes Band. Just folks from all over the country are coming in to help us celebrate here in Colorado and bring a little bit of America's birthday here, which is it's tough here in Colorado. We're a very blue state, so we're trying to bring some red to the state.
Well, I think you're doing a great job because when I was told about this event, I said we have to have Heidi on because this is an amazing festival for not only America, but right there in the heart of deep blue Colorado. But we fight every day, no matter if you live in a red state or a blue state, we fight every day for what's right. And so it's great to see a big celebration like this taking place this weekend. We talked about Greg Gutfeld. We talked about Nick Shirley. Tina Peters will be there.
Yes.
She has been in the news a lot. She is now home. Tell us about that. Tell us what we can expect from Tina Peters.
Tina will be joining us late Friday morning. We're so excited to have Tina share her stories with us and tell us all about how she's going to get back to work and fighting for election integrity, especially here in Colorado. So Tina will join us, and we are going to have a lot of conversations about election integrity at the event. We're actually having a workshop with Election Integrity Network also, and Andy Mangione will be here from EIN to talk about the Save America Act as well. So it's a topic that a lot of media shies away from here in Colorado, but we don't at Rocky Mountain Voice. I launched Rocky Mountain Voice right after my election when I ran for governor in 2022 because I saw a huge gap. There was no one telling the truth about what was happening in Colorado. So that's what we're doing at RockyMountainVoice.com but we also want to have fun and make it fun to be conservative again, which is why we're hosting this party.
Yes, it's going to be a party for all. Let's talk about the rodeo. There's going to be bull riding, there's going to be a petting zoo, inflatables for the kids, just a lot of family fun. So let's talk about the rodeo and what we can expect there.
So Saturday morning at 10 a.m., the rodeo will start. It's a pro rodeo. It's going to be very, very intense and fun. Lots of action. Kids 17 and under are free for the family festival, the rodeo. The Curtis Grimes Band will be playing right after the rodeo on the rodeo stage. We'll have tons of food trucks. We're also having a candidate meet and greet that afternoon so everyone can meet their elected officials and candidates coming up on the primary. The primary is June 30th, so a couple days after this event. We'll also have Congresswoman Lauren Boebert and Congressman Jeff Crank on Saturday afternoon. It's going to be packed with action and lots of opportunities to bring your family for free if you have kids 17 and under, and also to stay for the speakers and the gala. And the drone show is going to top everything off on Saturday night. It's going to be a lot of fun and something we haven't seen a lot of here in Colorado. Drone shows, pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I can't go wrong with the drone show, and I know the kids love it. And then you also have a Back the Blue Bash.
We do. Friday night, we're going to celebrate law enforcement and first responders and ICE agents and bring them all together for Dog the Bounty Hunter, who's going to do an interview and a fun talk. We also have a couple of our district attorneys speaking. We have the Curtis Grimes Band playing there as well. And just a big celebration and some championship barbecue.
Sounds good. You know, I like this because it's good, clean family fun. You're celebrating America. You're teaching the kids why America is so important, why we are the best nation in the world. Celebrating 250 years. You're backing the blue, which is so important. You're having a good, clean bull riding rodeo. This is just great for the entire family.
It is, Vanessa, and that's one thing that I'm very passionate about is protecting the American dream. I was blessed to live it. I built a company called Camp Bow Wow, a big franchise company out of nothing, and I want to pass that on to my kids and grandkids. I have 4 children, and so it's very important for me to keep the passion alive for our country. And in Colorado, that's a little rough. So we wanted to make sure that our kids, our grandkids, our families that want to celebrate had an opportunity to. And so when I saw nobody doing anything for America's birthday celebration, I thought, well, darn, we have to get together and make something happen so that Colorado doesn't go by the wayside as far as celebrating our 250th birthday here. And it's also Colorado's 150th birthday this year.
Very good. I did not know that. Well, happy birthday, Colorado. You have done a great job putting this party together. I'm going to call you next time I need help with party planning because this is an event with great speakers, great music, politicians. Again, the Back the Blue event, the bash, the bull riding is just so much fun. The rodeo. What's it feel like to you? Because we talked a little bit about how important America is, but you have to feel rewarded at the end of the day. This is very rewarding to know I'm doing so much good in a world where there seems like so much noise is taking place with a lot of bad and evil.
You know, Vanessa, it is. It's a sad time in some ways for our country and for our state here in Colorado. People just seem to have lost their zest for America, but it was super fun to watch all the World Cup fans reminding us what a great country we live in. And, you know, I think that we have to keep this in front of us. We have to make sure that our kids and grandkids know the stories and the legends of our country and why the founding principles created this great nation. And if we don't do that, if not us, then who? I tell people that a lot. Like, if you don't stand up and speak about and celebrate what our country was founded on and why it's such a special place, we're going to lose it. And I think, you know, folks, by showing up and having fun and celebrating our country in Colorado, it shows that it is important and it is a time where we need to stand up and speak out and shout loudly that this is the greatest country on earth. And you can go to RMV, Rocky Mountain Boys, rmvfreedomfest.com. There's still tickets available. And you can decide to do the whole weekend for a very inexpensive price, or you can just bring your family on Saturday for the free portion. But we're super excited to see as many patriots from around Colorado as possible.
Yes, there's the website right there on your screen. Make sure you go to rmvfreedomfest.com. Get your tickets today. Bring the entire family. This is good, clean fun where you celebrate the red, white, and blue and our nation's 250th birthday and Colorado's 150th birthday. So this is just going to be a huge birthday celebration. If you're going to have candles, Heidi, make sure the law enforcement and firefighters are on standby, because between America's 250 and Colorado's 150, that's a lot of candles, but a great big birthday bash going on in Colorado. What is the organization that's putting this on? Because people in Colorado, I've seen this a lot in blue cities and states where people feel like they really don't have a voice, but there are great conservative organizations out there where people can get involved no matter where you live.
That's right. And that's why we founded Rocky Mountain Voice about 3 years ago. It came off of my governor's race in 22. And I thought, wow, there just aren't a lot of people telling the truth about what's happening in our state. We desperately need that information, and we need a way to share good information about what's happening on the ground. So I put together a team of investigative journalists, and we went to work, and now we've got a huge team and a huge organization here in Colorado. We have hundreds of thousands of people that read our news from the Rocky Mountain Voice and follow our team of investigative journalists, finding out exactly what's happening on the ground and holding these politicians accountable for what they're doing to Colorado here. Colorado's changed dramatically in the last 10 to 15 years. I moved here in 1978 when I was just 12 years old, just showed my age, but I've just seen a huge change. And unfortunately, we don't control any of the levers on the conservative movement here in Colorado. So we've got to do it from the ground up. And we've got to hold them accountable. We've got to keep their feet to the fire and make sure that people know what they're voting for. And we have a chance to vote differently this year, and I hope people will.
I hope they do too. Again, your primaries are coming up, about a week from now. So we have to make sure we get the right candidates in. This is going to be so much fun. I'm excited about it. I know we're going to have some people there sending us videos and pictures from the festival. I wish I was there. I'm going to get on my app, Heidi, and see if it's not too late to book a flight to Colorado, because this sounds like so much fun. But I hope you all have a great time. Thanks for coming on today and doing everything you do there in Colorado. The Rocky Mountain Voice Freedom Fest is this weekend. If you are in Colorado, go to the website right now, rmvfreedomfest.com. That's rmvfreedomfest.com. Get your tickets today. It's going to be an amazing birthday celebration for not only America, but also for Colorado. Heidi, thanks so much for stopping by today.
Thanks, Vanessa, and thanks for all that you do as well.
Thank you. All right, now to our Maha Moms segment today. Big changes are coming to one of America's most iconic candies. M&M's is rolling out a new dye-free version this August, but 2 colors will be missing, blue and brown. The company says those colors are harder and more expensive to recreate using natural ingredients. The company says they are not gone forever, though, so don't worry about that. The goal is to bring all 6 colors back by 2028. Now it's time to get up and get moving. We talk about exercise a lot here on the morning show, and it's no different for kids this summer. We talk about that a lot as well. Here's RFK Jr.'s message to put down the phones and pick yourself up off the couch.
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS secretary. We came to Colorado today to announce HHS's new website, getactive.gov. We have a chronic disease epidemic in our country. 80% of adults do not get enough physical activity. 77% of our kids can't qualify for military service. 35% of our teens are obese or overweight. But in addition to the chronic disease epidemic that affects physical health, we're also suffering through a spiritual malaise that affects our mental health. A malaise of isolation, of fragmentation, of atomization. Our 16-year-olds are now spending 8.5 hours per day on social media. The principal cause of death now in that age group is suicide. They're consumed with anxiety, and no wonder. They don't know how to downregulate their feelings. They don't know how to mediate disputes or accept defeat. And the remedy for all of that is connection. You get connection through other people, but you also get it by connecting to creation. And that's the prescription, not just for the chronic disease epidemic, but also for the mental health crisis in our country. Go to getactive.gov. We will teach you how to connect with the national parks, eat real food, get outside, get active, and that's how you make America healthy again.
There you have it. More to come here on My Mornings. It's election day in 4 states. We'll take a look at the high-stakes primaries when we come back.
Mike Lindell here. The radical left and the deep state aren't just coming for our freedoms, they're coming after our money too. For years, they've been destroying our economy from the inside out with reckless spending, open borders, woke policies that crush our businesses. And now they've left us with an inflation disaster that's wiping out the savings of our hardworking families. They don't want us to be independent. They want us to be dependent on the government. Well, that's not going to happen on my watch. That's why I partner with American Independence Gold. It's a veteran-owned company that's helping patriotic Americans fight back by protecting our savings with real physical gold and silver. And right now, they're giving away up to $15,000 in free silver and a free gold IRA kit. A portion of all the profits go to 9/11 first responders and veterans at the Tunnels to Towers Foundation. The deep state can't touch your gold, so visit MikeLindellGold.com or call 844-714-4653 right now. That's MikeLindellGold.com. Take back control. You know, most people think water's just about filtration, but in reality, it's about balance. What gets removed, what gets left behind, and how the water actually behaves once you drink it. Well, many traditional systems focus on one thing, removal. Reverse osmosis, for example, strips water down completely. It may sound ideal, but it removes minerals that our bodies need. The Century Wellness System was designed with a different philosophy. It removes common contaminants like chlorine, fluoride, and PFAS, while restoring key minerals like magnesium and improving alkalinity. It also does all this without tanks and without wastewater, and without requiring a complicated installation. It installs in about 15 minutes under your sink, so instead of overcorrecting, it brings your water back into balance. Please visit CenturyH2O.com and use promo code Lindell for 10% off your next purchase.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
America's founders warned that without knowledge and virtue, no nation can remain free. Yet through the steady infiltration of Marxist ideology, we have been stripped of both, and we are no longer a moral and educated people. To save America, we must spark nothing less than a national renaissance. That's why you need Freedom Talk Magazine, the journal of truth and virtue. We cultivate enlightened thinking and principled living, offering unique insights into the issues and remarkable people defining our world. Sign up today for your free subscription to Freedom Talk Magazine and join the new American Renaissance.
Well, hello, everyone. Well, I'm turning 65, and let me tell you, Medicare has me confused. All the junk mail and the robocalls and everything else, it honestly feels like they rigged the system just to confuse us. Well, that's why I partnered and working with Chapter. They're independent, and they don't work for big insurance. They work for us. In fact, they're the only advisor that compares every single plan nationwide to find what actually fits your needs. If you're on the right plan, they tell you. If you're not, they're going to help you switch. And it's completely free. Just last year, seniors saved about $1,100 by finding a better plan with Chapter. So call Chapter at 234-LINDELL or go to askchapter.org/Lindell.
Let's see how the markets are opening today. A live look from MarketWatch.com, the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. Wall Street looking at a rough start to Tuesday. Stock futures are sharply lower, led by a sell-off in technology and AI-related shares. Investors are growing concerned about lofty valuations and the prospect of higher interest rates, while traders await fresh inflation data and Federal Reserve signals. The NASDAQ is poised to take the biggest hit today, with futures down more than 2% ahead of the opening bell this morning. Stocks to watch today, AI and chip names such as NVIDIA and Intel. FedEx reports earnings after the close and could move transportation and logistics stocks. Tesla also being looked at today. Other markets, oil prices are lower, gold is lower, and Bitcoin is trading below recent highs. So that's a look at Wall Street at this hour. In your news to go, a quick glimpse of other news headlines we're following this morning. New York voters head to the polls today for a primary election that could have major implications for control of Congress and the future direction of the Democratic Party. Polls are open there from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, Maryland, Utah, South Carolina also voting today. So if you live in these great states, get out and vote. Our future depends on it, as always. The president is rallying in Pennsylvania today. Here's his schedule. At 8 o'clock this morning, President Trump held an executive meeting. Then he will leave later for Pennsylvania, where he will deliver remarks at 2 p.m. Eastern. To watch this live, make sure you're following our social media pages. You can also download the LINDELLTV app, which is free in your app store. Now to our Bible verse of the day, coming from the book of Corinthians. The Bible says, "Watch, stand fast in faith, be brave, be strong, let all that you do be done with love." So go out and spread a lot of love today. And a reminder to follow me on social media. I am on all the major platforms: X, Vocal, Truth Social, Instagram, and YouTube. Live on YouTube right now. Vocal is Mike Lindell's social media platform. Truth Social, of course, is President Trump's. Also on X, we are live there as well right now, and also Instagram. So there are my handles for each of the platforms. Give me a follow. Would love to connect with all of you. And that'll do it for us here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you all same time, same place tomorrow. And we leave you today with sights from around the country as we get ready for the All-American State Fair kicking off tomorrow. Here is Old Glory flying proudly.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice, speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including LINDELLTV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to LINDELLTV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, MyPillow mattresses and MyPillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard MyPillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
When you read one news source, you get one side. When you read two sources, you get an argument. Read 40 sources, and you get the truth. LindellReport.com, the only place you ever need to visit for your news. From LindellTV, over 40 trusted outlets in one place. No editorial gatekeepers, no hidden bias. Just the day's news. Balanced, unfiltered, ready when you are. Whether you lean left, right, or straight down the middle, this is where you start your day. One click, one feed, one truth. The decision is yours. LindellReport.com. The news you need, the balance you deserve.
And like everybody else out there, I have used my arm, folded my pillows, got migraines in the morning from sleeping on poor pillows, and pillows are the problem. There is no bigger problem than a pillow.
My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned.
One's the size of a quarter, one's the size of a dime, and one's the size of down. Inside every pillow, they're interlocked together. You see how that holds?
Oh my gosh.
That
It's
will
soft,
not
but
migrate.
supportive.
Wherever you set that, you get exact